Hey, what's up? So, I know most of my videos are house related, but this one's not. But I think you should watch it. It'd be interesting what you can do. So, this one we're going to call What Do You Do with a 29-cent per pound turkey? Okay, real quick, little secret. Usually before Thanksgiving, a couple weeks, they'll always sell these things cheap. Maybe not 29 cents, but 69 cents, 49 cents, whatever. And then sometimes after Thanksgiving, like 3, 4 days later, they go down to 29 cents. And sometimes you get it where it's buy one, get one free, which is even an amazing. So this year, this is probably one I do it almost every other year. Like a couple years ago, I remember I did 7 turkeys or 8 turkeys. I bought anywhere from 17 to 20 pounds each. It was 29 cents a pound, and it was buy one get one free. Well, okay, let's just talk about this. So you got to have a couple things. Okay, you got to have this thing here. Okay, this is called a pressure canner. And this is the best. You know what? I'll have some links below if you can't find them. Right now, they're going to be hard to find because everybody bought them. But maybe in a couple of months or a year from now, they'll be easier to get. I would only buy American canner because you don't need to have a gasket. It's the go-to canner. Okay, this one here will do 7 of these quarts, and I also have larger ones that do up to like 17, and then I could probably do like 40 pints. So I don't mess around anymore. I use bigger canners. So this was a 7-quart one, and here's what you do when you get that frozen turkey. Okay, go get a bunch of vegetables, whatever you want. Okay, whatever you want to make your broth. Okay, throw them in there. Water, not a lot of water. You don't have to use this stuff. You can use regular canning salt. Okay, of course some pepper, and if you got herbs, now make sure that you have an herb garden this year, or at least, I don't know why you guys plant flowers in your front of your house. You should have flowers and then herbs like thyme or some kind of herbs that you could eat and put in your food. Like here you could see I've got all kind of herbs I threw in here. I just go pick them, throw them in there. We're not measuring anything here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to wash this turkey off the best we can, and we'll throw that baby right in there. It's frozen. I don't care. I'm going to cook it twice. And so what I'll do is I will cook it. And the way you cook this, I'm in Cleveland, so I'm like at 800 elevation. So my canner is going to cook at 10 psi. This is easy stuff. I'm not going to teach you how to do this. Everybody in the world has canning videos on YouTube, and they all spend all their time teaching how to use the canner instead of teaching you what they're making. And I can't even watch them anymore, but I'm not going to go through that. You can look it up. So I'll cook this thing for 90 minutes frozen, okay, under pressure, and 10 psi is what I'm using. Okay, there's my nice American, and I'll leave a link below if you want a link to one of these. I'll try to find links and put them down below. Oh, by the way, I also have Call Marco with a question. Mostly house, not canning. I'm a kind of an expert canner too. I've been doing it for a while. But any house problem you have, Google Call Marco, M-A-R-K-O, with a question, and then I do charge $29 for your house problem issues or any questions you might have, or you can't solve, odors, moistures, whatever. Also rate, subscribe, and ring the bell for future videos. So we're going to cook this thing up, okay, and there it is. Now that's what it kind of looks like after. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it's cooked. So here's the kind of the part where you got to like tear it apart a little bit. So now I'm going to take this thing apart and get the bones out of it. I don't want any bones, okay? And I'm not going to recook the bones for, if I want soup bones again, I'll just go get them, okay? So I'm going to get rid of these bones, and that's the liquid that's left over. And so I'll take all the meat and mix it up, okay? Don't worry, we're going to cook it all up again. And so I'll get all the meat off that thing, whatever I can, and I'll put it off to the side, okay? And of course, then I will blend up whatever was inside as far as because you don't have to blend it. You could just strain it and just use nice clear broth, but I chose not to. So I blended it up, okay? And for the heck of it, I figured I might as well eat a little bit. So I cooked up some macaronis, and I put some in there, and that was just my dinner for the day. But whatever we didn't eat, and that looked good. That looked good. Oh, by the way, when you get done, you can make this anytime you want once you can it, okay? So I'm taking it out, going back to a few pictures, what it looks like. So this year I did it different. I actually strained this and just had nice clear broth, and I also added more ingredients to it. So then that is my blended. I blended all that, and that's going to be my like turkey broth. Really good stuff, okay? Because this stuff is going to be for macaroni. And you could do different ones. You could do it without it. You could do it just without any broth, just dry it without any liquid. And of course, then that's what the jars look like after I put the turkey into them and seal them. And of course, there's ways of sealing the tops, hand tight. Got to wash the tops, all that kind of stuff. Go look that up. I'm not going to teach you how to do that. And I'm going to pressure cook it again. I'm going to do it again. Okay, that was me showing you how I used the blender. And then I will, this stuff here, then I will clean up. And you can see I'm cleaning it up here. And I will put those into the pressure cooker. And then I will do it for 90 minutes again. And that's it. And I'll take them down to my basement. And those things will be good for 20 years. So I want some, and this was designed for like a macaroni, turkey, creamy, brothy thing. You know, like, you saw the picture of it. It was pretty good. It was really good. You could add some salt to it. I don't add a lot of salt. And so this was designed for that. Now, you could just do meat by itself. So it might take you, let's say you buy these turkeys, and each turkey's like $6-7, and you got 4. They usually tell you maximum 2. So you just get back in line, do a couple times, And so you get 6 of these things, because you're not going to get turkeys for 29 cents. I'm not saying it's the best GMO meat you got, but it's affordable. And so you could just do the turkey. Now this year what I did was I just did a turkey separate, no liquid whatsoever. Just threw it in there and cooked it. And I also did rabbit and some other stuff. You could do meat this way. And then what I did with the broth is I strained it, so it'll be nice and pretty without any suspended solids. And then I canned that. So a good 20-pound turkey will net out, if you add almost a gallon of liquid. You got to do a bunch of vegetables, whatever you got. Garlic is huge. I use celeries, green peppers. They don't do much, but I throw those in there. And I do a lot of onions. And so that makes a really nice turkey broth. And so I would get about anywhere from 9 to 10 quarts, these things right here you're looking at, of just turkey, no liquid, and then another 7 to 10 of just broth. And that's 17 quarts, and for $7. Okay, think about that. That's meat. What do they sell meat today? This is 2021. I mean, steaks are going for what, $20 a pound? I mean, it's crazy. And so it makes sense. Don't never buy things in season. You buy it off a season and learn to can. So this was, what do you do with a 29-cent turkey? Hey, if you got house problems, call Mark with a question. Please rate, subscribe. I know this is a boring video for some of you, but you know what? If you want to survive in your house, and you want to be safe in your house, and you don't want to get sick in your house, and have a lot of videos on indoor air quality, and I'm going to have way more coming up, and we're going to get into electric fields, and we're going to get into frequencies and all kind of stuff that can make you sick in your house. And guess what makes you sick in your house? Food. Water and food. So that's all part of what I do. In the summers, you will see a lot of my gardens. I have 7 gardens. I won't be making a whole lot of videos. There'll be more garden videos this summer and preservation videos. And I'm not preserving food because the end of the world's coming. Man, that's not why I preserve food. I preserve food because I don't want to go to a store and walk around with all these zombies. All these zombies walking around. I don't want to eat the zombie food that they make me eat. I want my own food. I want to know what's in my food. I want to know what kind of water I watered my tomato plants with. I want to know what I washed them with. I want to know how I cooked them. I want to know what I put in them. I don't want to guess, man. You don't know what you're buying today. Buying tomatoes that come from California. They may have come from Japan, Fukushima. They might be radioactive. You don't even know what you're buying anymore. You go to a restaurant, you have no clue what you're eating. Hey, even if you go in the kitchen and see their kitchen, you don't know what you're eating, where it came from. So I'm all about that too. So hey, rate, subscribe, call Marko with a question, M-E-R-K-O. And my this site is called Clevelandmarko with a K. Clevelandmarko. You can look up all kind of videos too. I have about 1,000 videos, and pretty much any house issue you might have. Thanks for coming on.